God wants us to take care of ourselves. Self-care is one of the most important things that we have encountered, and thanks to the creator, he's the one that says, listen, self-care is very important. So I want you to take care of yourself, because before you can help somebody, I want you to help yourself first. Because I want you to be solid first before you can help somebody else. That's how God is. God created us so we can take care of ourselves. Because when we came out of our mother's womb, like God is saying that, listen, we have a mind of our own, we have a mind of ourselves, and we have to focus on what God uh, has for us, and without it, we can't be who God calls us to be. God wants us to be true to ourselves. God wants us to be our authentic self. That's what will get us very further in life if we are open and be honest with ourselves. That's why self-care is very important. God creates self-care because God creates self-care in the beginning of creation, because God said, let's make man in my image. So I'm going to say because yes, I want, is that God is saying, I want my child to have a mind of he or hers own. I want him or her to be who I call them to be. And God wants us, yes, God wants us to be truthful to who we are. It doesn't matter what anybody say about anything. God wants us to be true to who we are. So self-care is not, it's not a part of the devil. It's a part of the creator, because God created self-care in the beginning of creation. Self-care is one of the biggest, most important thing that God created for us. So and that's the beauty of who God is. God is he took care of himself. How do you think this world began? How do you think it began? Yes, God had a strategy, but God think about himself first before he have a strategy. That's what he did, and that's what God wants us to do. Is just think of ourselves first. Think of ourselves first. So that's all I have to say, and I hope this has helped you. I hope this has shed a light why self care is important.